Hello everyone and welcome back. And this will be your general weekly reading for the sign of Capricorn for the week of October 13th. And at this time I would like to give a very special thank you to each and every one of you out there who have been subscribing to my channel and helping it grow and getting it noticed, and for sharing with others, as well as all the thumbs up on all the videos that you've watched, and also hitting the hype button as well. Thank you so much for doing all of that for me. And of course the lovely comments that I read and answer. I thank you so much for doing all of that for me. It truly is appreciated. And thank you. Okay. Ooh, Tower moment. That's okay. You've already recognized it. You knew this was going to happen and you prepared for it. You got yourself ready. You could see that it was on shaky ground. You didn't just give in though. You really, understood that this had to happen. It was unwanted, but the change is necessary. There's been an upheaval. Things have really changed around you. And you realized it. So you really did take action this week. Getting yourself ready for what needs to change. And you were making sure that this time you're in control of it. You're making sure it's steady and solid from the ground up. But something definitely was unexpected that happened. And it made you realize what you have to do to protect yourself. And the Seven of Wands. Yeah. Standing your ground in this decision. I mean, there's still growth here. You're still moving forward. But you're also realizing your own worth. You're not letting anybody push you around or any of that. Any challenges, you're answering. You're protecting yourself. You're maintaining in control of your circumstances and situations. And you're not backing down because you know this is what has to be done in order to feel secure and safe for yourself. Seven of Pentacles, yeah, watching your finances. Making sure your money is in the right place. Looking at the long-term view here of all your hard work that you've already done. You maintain stability. You can see the results are starting to, show you that you've made some good investments. But you want more. You want to feel more secure. You want it to show you, what's at the end of the tunnel. But right now you're realizing that you are secure. You've had that, tower moment already. But it helped you to regather yourself to know how to correct this for your future. And you've already done that. And the King of Cups. Yeah, sitting in your power. Allowing things to happen a little more easier for yourself. And you don't do that very often. But you're right now emotionally balanced. And you're in control of it. You are very much aware of your own leadership in your life. You're very empathetic to others, but you're also taking care of you and yours. So you're very driven to make sure things go, this transition that's happening, more calmly. You're understanding that it was going to happen. You could see it. You course corrected for you, got ready. Doesn't mean you wanted it to happen, but you're in more balance. You're more solid going forward for yourself. So you're ready for the embrace. And the Six of Cups, yeah, looking at your childhood. Maybe you've heard from somebody that you haven't heard from for a while, or maybe one of your children, if you have any, or the neighbor's kid. Somebody has brought you a flashback, if I can say it that way. And it helps you to just relieve yourself, you know, a little bit. That moment of happiness, that smile on your face. You just went within for a little while, just happier times, happier moments. And it helps to heal you, to know that you're still doing the right things for the right reasons. And look how far, you know, like they were saying, look how far I've come, Mum, you know, that sort of thing. But you are much more happier than you expected it to be. Six of Pentacles, yeah, learning to accept help from others. You help others very easily because that's who you are. It's in your nature. But you're learning to accept it back as well. You know, this is a give and receive card of wealth. You're sharing your wealth and your knowledge. Wealth does not always have to be coin. It can be your knowledge, your wisdom. That's all worth something. And you're feeling very generous this week in doing so, sharing with others. And they in turn are sharing with you. So you're gaining just as much, if not more, by accepting it back, because it gives you that more wisdom. And you're all about learning from the mistakes of others. And that's a good state of mind to be in. And there you show up. The King of Pentacles, in charge for yourself, feeling empowered, watching over your finances, knowing that you're in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. So this is the leadership role in this, for your own security, for your future. So there's prosperity here. You're moving forward. You're feeling good about your life, your finances, your future, who you have in your life. And which calms you down, you know, like you don't have to keep pushing against the grain. This just seems to be flowing more naturally to you. Not that you haven't earned it or, you know, created it on your own, but you're feeling more solid and practical about your future here. So you're very wise. And the Four of Cups. Sorry, can't count. Five of Cups. Apologize. So a little bit of nostalgia, looking back, you know, regrets of life. You won't stay there long. You're just, you know, mulling over some things from your past, some disappointments, you know, losses and griefs. That's just growing pains for all it's worth. But you're realizing that you can't change it, you can't fix it, and you certainly can't undo it. All you can do is learn from your mistakes. And that's what you've done here. You've taken all that you've accumulated to this far and turned it for the better for yourself so that you don't repeat it. You'll never forget all that's gone on. But you're realizing that you need not to keep carrying those burdens around. You can release it, let it go, and step into something much more happier for yourself. So you just, at this in particular time, gone within, really had a serious look at all the things in your life, like how you wound up where you're at. You know, it can be something so simple. And you're realizing that there was things that happened, good or bad, but they happened. And you're coming to an understanding of that's okay. That made you who you are. And you're much stronger for it. And the King of Swords, yeah, look at the clarity that you're getting, the understanding. You're not beating yourself up. You have a clear mind going forward for your future. You know, you're using your head over your heart. You're not letting it run away with yourself. You're telling yourself the truth, and you are very honest about that. You really are. Like, whew. You have mental clarity. You really do have that this week. You really are thinking very clearly of what your next move is going forward from here. And you're realizing that it's all up to you. You're in charge totally of this. And the Death card, yeah, walking away. Letting something go that you didn't think you were going to. But you're learning to be okay with it. Set it free. Set yourself free. You're so much more better. So this is big changes and endings for you. You know, it's time to move on. This is your rebirth, your transformation. You are changing so much about yourself, physically as well as mentally. And you're leaving something and some places behind. You really are. You won't turn around after this. You will always remember, but you've grown up now. And the Justice. Okay, that's all right. So this is contracts, something that you're, you know, cause and effect, something has happened. You're not trying to win at all costs, but you're trying to find solutions for yourself this week. You know, you're coming up with good outcomes. And you're realizing that change is growth, not a punishment. So this looks like a contract for some of you that you need to sign in order to keep going forward. This may have been already a contract that you have signed and now you're finished with it. So you're moving away from it. But there is a contract that needs to be looked at very seriously, mulled over, and you're very much in that state of mind, making sure that it is for your best interest before you do anything hasty. Some of us, unfortunately, this could be divorce papers, settlement for car accident. Oh, there's so many scenarios of paperwork that needs to be finalized so that you can not only become more in balance with your life and less worries, and that's where you're finally at now. And the Knight of Wands. So definitely moving forward. Doing something totally different for you. And it is going to change so many things in your life. But you have a passion for this. You're feeling inspired. You're taking action. And you're doing, not impulsively, because you're thinking before you do things, but fearlessly. You're finally realizing there's something that you needed to change. And you're not only admitting it, but you're changing it. So you're definitely moving forward on this. You really are. You're no longer holding yourself back, second guessing, questioning. You're stepping into this new growth phase for yourself. And it's going to change a lot. And the Eight of Pentacles, yeah, looking after your finances, understanding there's stuff needs to be done. You know, you have a very high standard for yourself. And you appreciate all the skills that you have and should, and you always develop more. So you have respect from others. But there is a task that you're taking on your own to help your finances in the future. So for some of you, you may be going back to school, taking a course of interest, and you realize that that aha moment that, you know what, I could probably make money off doing this, but you're mastering some craft that you enjoy, and it's going to help you. You know, you're enjoying your employment. You're quite comfortable with yourself. You're just really starting to not only realize your accomplishments, how far you've come, and it truly making yourself happy. What's making you happy? And that's what you're doing this week for yourself. You're admitting what it is that you truly want to do. But there's definitely something that you're walking away from. This Tower moment is giving you the opportunity to course correct. Bring fun into everything you do. Juggling multiple projects or jobs. An experimental talent for multitasking. And at this time, I will say goodbye for now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will definitely talk to you again next week. Bye for now.